Trubisky for the end zone, caught, touchdown, Chase Claypool.
Being a high draft pick carries a lot of weight with it. People are expecting you to perform. And, well, if you're not making any significant impact on the team that drafted you, well, there's a pretty darn good chance that you'll be seeing your way out the league sooner rather than later. And it's starting to feel like 2024 might be that breaking point for a lot of recent draft busts. Going back to 2019, there is no shortage of former highly touted prospects who have yet to pan out since making it to the NFL. Well, I think it's officially now or never for these 10 recent NFL draft busts who have one last chance to show the world what they can really do here in 2024.
Through my journey, things have changed, and sometimes things work well for you and sometimes they don't.
Daniel Jones. Nobody understood why the New York Giants drafted Jones with the 6th overall pick back in 2019, and 5 years later, it still doesn't make any sense. After 3 awful seasons to begin his career, Jones seemingly finally made progress in 2022 when he excelled in a game manager role to help the G-Men make a surprise return to the postseason. The Giants handed DJ a 4-year contract extension worth $160 million last year, believing that they indeed had their franchise QB. Unfortunately, 2022 was merely a mirage for the Duke product. Jones lost 5 of his 6 starts in 2023 and had 2 touchdowns against 6 interceptions before suffering a season-ending ACL tear. And it didn't help Jones's case in that the backup QBs, Tyrod Taylor and Tommy DeVito, operated the offense more efficiently following his injury. So yeah, this is it for Jones. It is now or never. The Giants can get out of his contract next year with minimal financial ramifications, and with Carson Beck, Shedeur Sanders, and Quinn Ewers headlining next year's quarterback draft class, the Giants could be in a position to draft a new franchise-changing signal caller. If Jones returns to his 2022 form and shows that he can be the long-term answer for Big Blue, they won't need to worry about a quarterback next year. Otherwise, he's going to be out of New York and will likely have to settle on a career as a backup quarterback. Danny Dimes, it's now up to you which one it's going to be. Noah Fant. The Seattle Seahawks may have just handed Fant a 2-year contract extension worth $21 million, but he is by no means guaranteed to stay in Emerald City beyond this year. Seattle could actually save $9 million against the cap if they release Fant next year, so you can consider 2024 a make-or-break year for the ex-Iowa star. Fant was regarded as a can't-miss tight end prospect when the Denver Broncos selected him 20th overall back in 2019. Yet, he has been limited to 50 receptions or less in 3 of his 5 NFL seasons. And he has yet to hit the 700-yard mark in a single campaign. Fant was a throw-in as a part of the 2022 Russell Wilson blockbuster trade, but in 2 seasons as a Seahawk, he has only 82 catches for 900 yards and 4 touchdowns. If Fant wants to show that he can be a star in this league, it has to come this year. Even as the #1 tight end on the Broncos and Seahawks depth chart, he's mostly put up numbers of a second-string tight end. That is not acceptable for a former first-round pick who is supposed to be a Pro Bowl talent by now. Last chance for Fant to show that he can be a star in this league. If he's not up to the challenge, well, he might not be in the NFL for much longer. Isaiah Simmons. The 6'4", 238-pound Simmons was supposed to be a complete game-changer by now. Remember, this was a rock star at Clemson who played cornerback, safety, linebacker, and defensive end. The Arizona Cardinals used number 8 pick of 2020 on Simmons, believing that he would immediately transform this defense. Yet, here we are 4 years later, and he's already on his second team, in a contract year, and yet to assert himself as a reliable starter. Simmons' highest single-season Pro Football Focus grade to date is 68.9, which he garnered with the New York Giants in 2023. Then again, Simmons played only 33% of the Giants' defensive snaps. Prior to getting traded to the Giants in 2023, Simmons had just 7.5 sacks, 4 interceptions, and 16 pass defenses in 3 years with Arizona. Per Pro Football Reference, Simmons has allowed an opposing passer rating of 90.9 or higher in 3 of his 4 NFL seasons. Simmons has proven to be a merely average starter or decent second stringer up to this point in his career. If he can't unlock his potential in year 5, it's gonna be time to give up on the idea of the Clemson product finding his game at the NFL level. Caleb Farley. Farley and Patrick Surtain II were regarded as the two best cornerback prospects in the 2021 NFL Draft. A back injury caused Farley to fall all the way down to the Tennessee Titans in the number 22 spot, as several teams became worried about his medical history. Sadly, those concerns have proven to be valid. Farley played 3 games in his rookie year before suffering a season-ending ACL tear. He was limited to 9 games in 2022 and missed the entire 2023 season recovering from a back injury. The Titans declined the 5th-year option on Farley's contract, a clear indicator that this is his last chance to stay healthy and produce. Tennessee already looks like they're prepared for life without Farley anyway, as they traded for Kansas City Chiefs superstar L'Jarius Sneed before signing a 4-year extension worth $76.4 million. If Farley can't stay healthy and remind the Titans why they used a first-round pick on him, his tenure in Music City is going to be over. And heck, who knows? Maybe he'll be out of football altogether. Chase Claypool. Chase Claypool's fall from budding star in Steel City to complete irrelevance is one of the greatest enigmas in recent NFL memory. Claypool was drafted 49th overall by the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2020, and it didn't take long for him to make an impact. In his rookie year, he caught 62 passes for 873 yards and 9 touchdowns, helping Pittsburgh win a surprise AFC North Division crown. Claypool was productive again in 2021, compiling 59 receptions for 860 yards and 2 touchdowns. But he quickly fell out of favor and was traded to the Chicago Bears ahead of the 2022 trade deadline, catching only 4 passes with his new team. After another slow start in 2023, he was traded to the Miami Dolphins. Claypool had just 4 catches for 26 yards, leaving Miami with an easy decision to let him leave in the offseason. The Buffalo Bills decided to take a chance on Claypool, adding the Canadian kid to their rebuilt wide receiving core after bidding farewell to Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis. Now, rookie Keon Coleman is currently slotted in as the Bills' #1 receiver, but it's fair game after that. That means the opportunity is there for Claypool to step up and emerge as a weapon for Josh Allen. This is honestly a great spot for Claypool to revive his career, playing with an elite QB that must build chemistry with a bunch of new faces. Claypool just couldn't get going in Miami's high-powered offense. If he can't regain his star-like form in Buffalo, he might have a one-way ticket out of the NFL altogether. He is fighting for a starting job and potentially his career in 2024. But hey, no pressure, kiddo. No pressure at all. CJ Henderson. It's not a good look on Henderson in that he's already on his 3rd team since being drafted 9th overall by the Jacksonville Jaguars in 2020. Henderson appeared in just 10 games over 2 seasons with Jacksonville before he was dealt to the Carolina Panthers ahead of the 2021 NFL trade deadline. Henderson was no better during his 3 seasons there. In fact, the advanced stats suggest that he might literally be football's worst starting quarter since he entered the league. Per Pro Football Reference, Henderson has allowed a completion percentage of over 64% and a passer rating of 103.5 or higher in each of his 4 seasons when targeted. DeMeco Ryans and the powerhouse Houston Texans decided to give Henderson one last shot, signing him to a 1-year deal in a depth move. So, here it is, Henderson's final shot. If he can't flourish behind one of the game's greatest defensive-minded coaches, with superstar corner Derek Stingley Jr. in the dynamic safety tandem of Jimmy Ward and Jalen Petrie, then, we don't know what to tell Henderson. He flopped with 2 teams, albeit a pair of teams that didn't have much talent to help him on defense. He finally has a lot of star power, though, to work with in Houston. So, it is now Henderson's final opportunity to show that he can become a quality starter in the pros. Zaven Collins. Simmons isn't the only recent Cardinals first-round pick at linebacker who is now running out of time. Arizona drafted Collins with a number 16 selection in 2021. Well, fast forward 3 years and we're still waiting for his breakout year, if that ever comes. After playing 98% of snaps in games he was available for in 2022, Collins' lack of improvement forced the Cardinals to drop that percentage of snaps played down to 58% for 2023. Since joining the league, he has only 5.5 sacks and 1 forced fumble. Collins has been lit up in coverage like a Christmas tree too, so it's no wonder that Arizona declined the 5th-year option on his rookie deal. Collins showed slight improvement in year 1 under rookie head coach Jonathan Gannon, but not that much. This is a make-or-break year for the Tulsa product, who is on an awfully short leash now entering year 4. Kadarius Toney. If we were Kansas City Chiefs GM Brett Veach for a day, Kadarius Toney wouldn't be on that roster anymore. Clearly, however, Andy Reid remains confident that there's still a way to unlock his full potential. After appearing in just 12 total games with the Giants, he was sent to the Chiefs ahead of the 2022 trade deadline. Though Toney made a couple of big plays in Kansas City's Super Bowl 57 win over the Philadelphia Eagles, the fact remains that the former 2021 first-round pick has been a complete non-factor for the bulk of his career. Through 3 seasons, Toney has 82 receptions for 760 yards and 3 touchdowns. Not only is he struggling to get open, but drops and boneheaded plays, that offensive offside penalty, have made Toney the common scapegoat in KC. If Toney can't get it going in his second full year with the league's best QB in Patrick Mahomes, who's gonna give him a chance to be a starter in 2025? Rashee Rice's likely suspension means that there will be opportunity for Toney to see more snaps, but he's really gotta actually, get open and find a rhythm with Mahomes. His NFL future completely depends on a major jump in production this year. Jeff Okudah. Okudah is in practically the same spot as CJ Henderson. They were both top 10 picks in 2020, with Okudah going 3rd overall to the Detroit Lions. And like Henderson, Okudah is already on his 3rd NFL team heading into year 5. And like Henderson, Okudah was given another chance by the Texans after landing a 1-year deal in free agency. The career paths for both men up to this point is remarkably similar. Okudah has been a big-time liability in coverage, allowing over 500 yards in coverage over 3 of his first 4 seasons, as well as a passer rating of 87.6 or higher every year. Okudah and Henderson were supposed to be great shutdown corners in this league. And after 4 lackluster seasons, they each get another shot to prove their respective values on a star-studded Texans team. Traylon Burks. The Tennessee Titans stunned everybody by trading superstar wideout A.J. Brown to the Eagles on day 1 of the 2022 NFL Draft. GM John Robinson thought that he could find a replacement in round 1 using the number 18 pick on Arkansas wideout Traylon Burks. Well, 2 seasons in, and here's Burks already fighting for his future in Music City. Injuries limited him to 11 games in both the 2022 and 2023 seasons. Over those 22 contests, Burks compiled only 49 receptions for 665 yards and 1 touchdown. That's not gonna cut it for a recent first-round pick. And yeah, Tennessee already seems ready to move on from Burks if needed, having already signed ex-Jaguars star Calvin Ridley to a monster 4-year deal worth $92 million. With Ridley and Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins headlining the receiving corps, it's going to be hard for Burks to post Pro Bowl-like numbers this year. He doesn't have to be a superstar in 2024, but Burks must at least stay healthy and take considerable strides. If not, well, his tenure in Tennessee will be over. And yeah, don't be surprised if he is out of the NFL altogether. But hey, which other recent NFL draft busts have one last chance here in 2024? Let us know in the comments section below. If you liked this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton, and hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, well, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.